actually one of the heads of marketing. I'm not going to tell you where, but y'all, let me tell you the testimony in this is because one of my degrees is in marketing, and it focuses in marketing relations. And when I tell you, I have dealt with so many different avenues of working with different people in the past, interning and doing some things, and just jobs that you wouldn't believe I come across. Now, some people, the world would say, oh, that's just a product of the economy and blah, blah, blah. And many times people who go to school for stuff, they don't work in their degree. No, what being a believer teaches us that a lot of times God is prepping you for certain things so that way when it's time for you to be able to go to that next step, you can handle it. Your mind has already been groomed and you're able to be mature in the situation and handle things. Y'all, I am going to be over a very large budget. I'm not going to tell you what the amount is just to keep things private and personal, but I'm excited because I wanted to share with my believers that I have prayed for the longest to get back to this field, but God just showed me favor in a different dynamic. First of all, I just want to say that the process was so smooth. Whenever God brings you a blessing, it's smooth, it's peaceful. And even though getting to it might seem overwhelming or it might get on your nerves or whatever, regardless of the situation, it's a smooth transition in the end and you have peace about it during that whole time. And that's what you need to pay attention to. So that's one. Two, one of the things is if I had have gotten something like this prior to going through several different things, several positions or whatever, I think it would have overwhelmed me. I think it would have been what I thought I should have versus what God wanted me to impact, especially being the only female. And I really feel like that I wouldn't have had that relationship with God, that grounded, that stability. Because even with this, you still have to remain humble. You still have to remember who's in charge, who's over it all. And He wants it all today, constantly. And you have to remind yourself that. And also, you have to remind yourself that what you're learning does not stop the bigger picture, the bigger plan. When you get to a certain level, this is only the beginning to get to the next phase. And so you enjoy it, but and embrace it and don't belittle it at all. But know there is always a plan to the purpose and you're constantly rising in Christ. If you've been praying about something, y'all, for a long time, I want to say my whole point is to encourage you to never give up. Keep trusting God no matter what it is. Know that it's possible to come to pass, but first of all, we must build a relationship and ask Him, what is He trying to teach us? We got to learn to just let God take over. I won't even say being obedient, but it's not about your works. Of course, be obedient to listen to Him. But like some people say, oh, well, it's a certain formula or whatever. No, that's the formula that God has for you to go through. Sometimes different people have different formulas and different things that God has for them. Because remember, you're unique, you're a peculiar creature in Christ. And everything has a purpose and a season and time. I encourage you, y'all, to just really hone into your word, really trust that peace that passes all understanding. Really go into Galatians and read about a time and a purpose for everything. Am I going to sit up here and tell you that I was always in the word reading? No. Sometimes I would give up and be like, okay, well, maybe this is all God has for me, or maybe the direction I'm trying to go in is wrong. No, sometimes what's in our hearts is a glimpse of foreshadowing as to what's to come, but we have to allow God to take over. And the main thing, my advice for you is stop setting your own time limit. Ask God about what His timing is. Let Him show you what the method is to what seems like madness or mayhem. Let Him guide you as to what it is that you should actually be doing to prepare, and not be so focused on what you think you're preparing for. Because if you see the end picture, sometimes that end result that you keep trying to get to is not what it looks like in the eyesight of God and the pathway He has for you. So when it doesn't work out, that's why you're constantly disappointed, because you have this picture, this idea, this person, this whatever the blessing is that you want to get to in your head, when it looks totally different in comparison to God. So, y'all, this is a new career journey. I'm excited. I'm also excited because this aids in my business that I do personally, and helps me understand how to market, promote, and deal with other clients and individuals that I come across, and it hones in on my own business expertise. Lord, just always remember, everything builds on top of each other, and it's a continued growth process. And even if you make mistakes along the way, know that God is with you. All right, y'all. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. I'm gonna chuck y'all the deuces, but I just wanted to formally come on here and let you guys know what was up.